Hi guys, welcome back to Scald. I'm Joel, and today we are continuing our series of all of the Dark Souls series bosses ranked from worst to best. This is episode 3, and yet again, joining with me is Gabe.
That might be a regular thing for this recording.
We do this. It's a co-op thing. We engage in jolly cooperation. So without
like a good
further, like a good sunbro should. So without further delay, let's kick it off. We are continuing with number 71. That is the Demon of Song.
Yep. Now, the Demon of Song, he's in one of the worst places in Dark Souls 2. Shrine of Amada is awful.
Yeah, I mean, some people say it's just hard, but it's bad.
It's
like
boring. Like the music's good, but otherwise it's just a very bland place. Like not colorful at all. Which
it is hard, but it's the Dark Souls 2 kind of hard, where they just have people positioned in the worst possible places, and a lot of them. Kind of strength in numbers type thing. So that certainly doesn't help the Demon of Song. But on the Demon of Song himself, the design is creative and very, very grotesque. So
which it makes sense for his lore, like how he lures people in. And he's just with the songs, and he's just a nasty beast that wants to have a meal.
Yeah, and that is a cool thing. Like you just hear him singing outside the boss room and throughout the thing. But
except he's super easy.
Yeah, and he's very he can instant kill you, which is not a good thing for a boss.
If you trigger that attack. Anyway, on to number 70, Seath the Scaleless.
Yes. Seath, one thing we both agreed we didn't like about him is the fact that you had to die to him in the first place, unless you know a very complicated shortcut.
Forced deaths in the Souls game, like this. If you're trying to do a no-death run, unless you don't count that, which a lot of people do, don't count Seath's required death as part of it. Unless you do know how to do the Duke's Cut, which, let's be honest, is not easy.
It's not easy, and not many people even know about it in the first place.
I have only done it 2 times successfully, never on a no-death run.
Yeah, but Seath himself, we didn't really know what to call him. I mean, apparently he's a dragon, but he's like a hybrid dragon octopus thing. It's
pretty scary.
It's weird. His moves, I found while fighting, they're just repetitive. Like he has the crystals, which are basically his thing.
Doesn't even affect him apparently.
No, my pyromancies can't even reach him. I don't know why that is. He has a barrier around him.
Okay, I see.
But he either does his crystals over and over again, or he, if you try to sneak around back like I was doing in the beginning, he just spams his little wavy tentacle attack.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of annoying, bland moveset.
Yeah. Though I do really like his lore, how he sees the world is through his creatures. When we get to the Gaping Dragon, eventually you'll see that.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. The Moonlight Butterfly, that's why they're there, because it's his creatures. He's seeing through them.
It's also cool how he's one of the characters that prevails throughout the entire series.
Yeah.
You keep running into his creatures, and
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, he's actually a dragon that worked with Gwyn, which is different.
Yeah, but
Gwyn kind of wanted to wipe out his way in race.
But just not a very fun boss, and we hate the run-up.
The run-up is awful. The stupid claims.
Yeah. So number 69 is the Deacons of the Deep. And one thing I will say about these guys is they're the best of what Dark Souls has done conceptually for their design. For instance, the Royal Rat Authority. The Royal Rat Authority did it horribly. This is still not good. I would have preferred something else.
The Vanguard.
Oh, the Vanguard. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. They're very similar names. So.
Yeah. This is good for what it was meant to be. That being said, it's still not a very good idea. Like,
I also like the little dumplings that are the fat priest.
Yeah. Some people, like most people, I'd say, mark these guys as the easiest boss in Dark Souls 3 with good reason, but I've done a broken straight sword run and a magic run and found this boss is one of, if not the hardest to do in the entire game.
If you have certain pyromancies, they're actually fairly easy.
Oh yeah, certain pyromancies, but I'm saying sorcery only, or broken straight sword only. Like, you really need to be able to damage these guys, because they can heal. They also have that move where they summon basically a chaos or a dark chaos.
Once you get them away from the big group, it's super easy.
Yeah, if you're just using a straight sword or another weapon that can kill a lot of things fast, easy boss.
Especially with great weapons.
Yeah, and they are all basic enemies, except for that last guy. They're all basic enemies, so it's not a very interesting fight.
Hey, at least he gives you a duel.
Yeah, and
anyway,
they're more interesting than this boss. This boss is very, very boring.
68, the Moonlight Butterfly.
Yeah, and one thing we will say about this boss is it's a very, very beautiful boss. Like, the design, we love the design.
Music is great.
The music's lovely.
Though, while you're doing his boring gameplay of just waiting for him to land, you get to listen to a nice song.
Yeah, and that's all you're doing in this fight, is waiting for him to land, and rolling, and waiting for him to land.
Rolling simulator.
Yeah, it's just boring. Like, this is just 3 minutes of basically waiting for him to land.
Right, if you do the summon, the boss becomes extremely easy. Or if you have sorceries.
If you have any ranged attacks, I don't think I had fire at this point when I was fighting. I think I did on another character.
I think most pyromancies will not hit.
Most pyromancies will not hit. So basically, if you have sorcery, this boss becomes pretty trivial. If you have an upgraded bow, it becomes easier.
Especially other than that, bow, which you actually get one at this point, which I don't know if you can in your first run, probably.
But we've talked about most of this boss's attributes, and he's just landing now. The good thing about this boss is that once he does land, you can just deal tons of damage to him.
Yeah, until he does his AoE, then you're just like, alright, fine, I'm getting away.
And you try to go in for a hit, and it fails.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool how if you watch him while he's landing, he's actually regaining his health. You couldn't tell that the first time, but the second time he comes down, you can actually see his health bar start going up a little bit. But honestly, buddy, it isn't worth it.
I don't know if it's in the remastered version or if it's still in the original version, but before there was kind of a glitch where he would never land, which happened to me once, and I was not happy because I had to exit out the game because waiting 10 minutes for him to land gets tiresome.
Yes.
It's just kind of boring.
And one thing I will also say about this boss is he's guarding one of the best embers in my opinion in the game. One of the only ones I use, the Divine Ember.
The Divine Ember gives like blessed and whatnot. Yeah.
So I mean that's not very much good about him.
It's like Catacombs decent.
Yeah, it's just happens to be what he's guarding. And finally. He comes down, and I finish him off.
Yep.
But yeah, that's basically the Moonlight Butterfly rolling simulator.
Yeah.
I guess it's good for new players, but not much else.
Music, hard to die on. All right. Anyway, on to 67, the Royal Rat Authority. Hey, it's the actual authority.
This is like a mix between who am I thinking of? Sif and the Capra Demon. So basically, you survive the first 10 seconds and kill these guys.
Kill those easy rat dogs, which are not hard at all.
Yeah, and then it just turns into Sif.
You're gonna see there is one of a problem with him. It's kind of annoying to hit.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The great sword.
The hitboxes. Well, I think two-handing it wasn't the way to go. I would have gone with the one-handing.
When you two-hand it, you hit his belly if you're actually under him. As you'll see, I start doing because I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just very basic design. He doesn't even look like a rat besides his tail.
Yeah, everyone thought he was a dog at first, and I'm still kind of convinced that they made him look like a dog.
He's rat dog.
But yeah, they put him like this is my issue with the Royal Rat Vanguard is they put him in an area that's kind of self-sustaining, and depends on players for it to actually be any use, you know, to anybody.
Unless you do what I did and just fought the Vanguard first, and then it's just a super easy, nothing run to get to him.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So,
on
66.
to 65.
This
66.
is 66.
Yes, yes.
I have words about this boss.
I find
never-
this boss easy.
I never fight this boss until late game after I've beaten pretty much most of the other bosses. And that's because I find that for where he is, he's very unfair. He does way too much damage.
This is my favorite of the, like, this style of demon.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it's a bad boss, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it just doesn't feel...
And look at
it's
this.
like never a fun fight.
It's like the Fire Sage had Slim Fast.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's got
seriously.
surprising. But that move is annoying. I will
Yeah.
say that. Fire
Well,
and
I
when he
just
does the
find-
meteors.
Yeah, I find a lot of his attacks just come out of nowhere, and they kind of have really bad hit. Like those last two, they just come out of nowhere, and they don't really
Yeah.
have good hit boxes. Like there's no
Though,
really good way to avoid
It is nice how you can stun him.
Yeah,
Pretty.
yeah. The end part of it when you know he gives like he explodes in one last ditch effort to kill you, and then he can't really do much. I don't know about
also
you.
really cool.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but that reminded me of Sif a lot. That last part. And yeah, the arena's really cool in that you can see if you play
All the
Dark Souls
demons.
1, all the demons.
Yeah.
It's a real throwback. You can even see a centipede demon in there, which we'll get to him in a second. But yeah, other than that, not much good I
Not
can
much
say
else
about
to
this
say.
boss.
The summons are decent. Like they very rarely die for me. They may die for some other people, but
Yeah,
that's
the
just because-
the Fume Knight for me always seems to die because he just runs in there and immediately gets hit. But the I forget his name, Cornix's apprentice. Oh, this part, look at
yeah.
this.
Oh, the guy with the fume knight. I sword. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I got
that,
guard
that,
broken.
That part's kind of hard to roll over, especially if your shield gets smacked. This is the boss in Dark Souls 3 that I'll just two-hand it, and I know all of his rolling moves.
Yeah, it's one I still have yet to figure out, and I don't know. I just don't like it. I also don't
Yeah.
like the area he's in. Very much don't like the area he's in.
That giant worm.
I was thinking
Yeah.
more of those fire sages in the beneath. them,
Yeah. Now, actually, on to 65.
but, Dark Sun Gwendolyn.
Now, let's talk
let's
about
get-
one thing. Why does he have boobs? I mean,
Yeah,
Really?
seriously, you know,
freaking traps. Am I right?
yeah, they played the trap card when it came to Gwendolyn.
You have activated my trap card.
Despite that, his design is very unique. It doesn't. I don't see really how it fits with the overall theme of Dark Souls, though. Like, it just doesn't
Yeah.
make a lot of sense to me.
I do like how Gwendolyn's kind of a disappointment in the family. Like,
Yeah,
Gwen just wanted a daughter, and Gwendolyn's like, but Dad, I'm a boy. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
you're a girl. Grow some
Yeah,
boobs.
well-
He's like, I got tissue.
there's a reason he's this low on the list as opposed to anybody else in his family. It's because he's this low.
Yeah.
I mean, we put
He's
Guinevere
just-
at number 2. No, I'm just joking.
He's
but-
very repetitive.
It's
just
kind of
boring.
it's kind of a unique boss fight, but that doesn't make it
Yeah.
any better. It's still just running down a long hallway.
And it's super easy to heal. It's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
look, a pillar. Let me just heal unless he's doing a soul spear.
Yeah, and if you get his moves down, which I didn't really get his moves down, but if you do get his moves down, it becomes a very
Yeah.
very easy boss fight.
And hey, if it takes you super long and you can't catch up to him to kill him, eventually the hallway does end.
Yeah, and then he'll just sit there not knowing what to do.
Yeah. So if you really
Oh,
cannot catch
look at
up
him
to him, where
spamming
is
like
that?
this. Look at him. Look at him
Yeah, I
go for
know.
it.
He's like, yeah, what you gonna do about this?
Yeah, but he does have a pretty decent covenant attached to him, so that's definitely a plus.
If
But
you don't want to kill him.
yeah, but that's not he's still not a good boss, you know. He's still one of the bad ones, I'd say.
Though I do like his ending cutscene. That is actually fairly cool. That he does have a like I died cutscene.
Agreed. So, 64, Gaping Dragon. Gabe, take it away.
Oh, I hate this boss so much. It's just I don't like the moveset. I'm not gonna go with some of my other friends who like don't like it because how it looks, because I think that fits it very well by the story. Honestly, I just get mad at this boss because I'm an idiot and always fall off, and I fell off to this boss like 20 times over my career.
Oh, you actually fall off the edge. That's never happened to me. Yeah, I can understand your pain now.
Yeah, all the times I've died to the Sandra as well, I fell off the edge. So that just might be I'm horrible at this game. But
gravity prone.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll give him, he does, his tail gives a pretty decent weapon. I think I get it here.
Oh yeah.
The Dragon King Great Axe, yeah. So yeah, it's a very decent weapon, yeah. The design also is very cool, even though it's disgusting. It's very cool.
Yeah, but his design is so cool because it goes along with his story of Seath trying to make a dragon, right? Kind of screws up, makes that monstrosity. So he sticks him down in these depths and just like, all right, I'll have someone watching over you, which is the guy you could kill that gives him a buff. Yeah. So Seath is watching over his creation still, even though it's a horrible monstrosity with a disgusting mouth that reminds me of a certain movie that I will not name.
Yeah.
But when I was first doing the boss, this was such a low boss, and then I thought about it, and it does have some decent parts about it. Joel convinced me to let it be higher.
Yeah, like it is a dragon. It is weak to lightning. His head does double damage, so it encourages you to go for.
His head's the cutest thing about his body.
Yeah, I love the cutscene where he just kind of like appears and it's like a little nub, and then you see his full grotesque body, and it's like, ugh, keep that thing away from me.
Yeah, it's definitely a boss that, like, when you're fighting it, you're just uncomfortable with it.
Yeah. But one thing I will say...
legs, his nasty mouth.
You can summon two people for this fight, two, NPCs, Solaire and Lautrec.
Oh, yeah.
They both always constantly die to me, and I find this boss easy on my own.
There's always a challenge. I always put up myself challenge of, we're going to keep Solaire alive this time. Usually I fail.
Yep.
Alright.
So, next is...
63, the Centipede Demon.
Yeah, and I will tell you that literally half of this clip is me waiting for him to waltz his way over to me so that we can actually begin the fight.
This boss, I didn't even remember when we were making this list, to be honest. Like, I forgot he was a thing. When I saw it on the list, I'm like, oh, that thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's just one of
the lava to the islands.
Yeah, he's just one of the Izalith bunch, They're kind of... none of them are good. I don't think we have anything higher. We still haven't got to our highest one, but...
Yeah.
There's none of them that are really worth anything.
He's just... It's another one you could do, keep Solaire alive and hope he doesn't stand in the lava.
Yeah, which he will stand in the lava.
Yeah, he's very ugly. He's a very bland fight.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique design, but that doesn't help because a lot it makes him really hard to hit. He's almost Bloodborne-esque, but it's Bloodborne-esque if all the hitboxes in Bloodborne were like kind of broken. Because it's Dark Souls 1, so I don't really fault it for that, but at the same time, it makes the boss fight much...
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it much less fun. So I do fault it for it.
Yeah. But
other than...
I do like how he can stand up on his hind legs. That's kind of cool. But he has a random jump and scurry on the ceiling attack.
Yeah. And I do like how you can see him before the actual boss fight starts.
Yeah, he is a very cool-looking boss, I must say. I do like his design.
Yeah, that's the only reason he's this high up on the list. Okay,
right.
So lastly,
number 62, the Giant.
And this is a boss that we like for reasons that aren't really fair to put into this list.
He is my number 14 boss, I must say.
Yeah. This
That's for
boss
different
is,
reasons.
especially for where he is in the actual game, he's incredibly easy. He can hit hard, but that means he actually has to hit you.
Yeah.
And you killed him so fast, I decided to just include the run up to him.
And I'll show what. Yeah, this boss, I love its self-sustaining soul gain.
Yeah, this
Where all the Tesla door is set like I am, you grab that bonfire static, then you fight the boss, and it's so much souls per time. Because you can do it infinitely with that bonfire static. It's amazing.
Yeah, and because he's so easy, you can do it infinitely. You can get away with that.
Which, if you notice, during the Dark Souls 2 runs, why all of a sudden my health goes from pretty low to super high, no reason.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. The area. Yeah, the area he goes in, it's kind of cool because you can just, you know, it's like in a memory, and it's like going back in time and fighting him.
In the past, yeah.
But it's still not. It's really not good for where he is in the thing. It's very disappointing. He's like one of the end game bosses, and he's just like.
And if you stay at his right foot, if you go to his right foot for a second, then go to his left foot, he really can't heal or hit you if you just keep walking around. Like, there is not much rolling on this fight necessary. Yeah. Which is just kind of boring. He's kind of an easier version of the Last Giant. Yeah, so you see he's just taken down.
Yeah, so with that, we are all done for this episode.
Also, that's infinite divine blessings that you do the thing, that item right there.
So
that's nice. Yep.
See you guys later. Like, subscribe, and peace out.